It is the Red Bull Ring. A driving experience for, well, one new class of this series. And that'll be the HPD that's going around right now. They will be absolutely, new to this thing. I don't think they've actually raced here before, officially speaking. But I could be wrong. But for us today, it'll be the same kind of spiel. 4.28 kilometers in length at a track altitude of 677 meters above sea level. 8:47 a.m. in the morning. Myself and Craig on the box, as is the usual, with a 20°C track temperature at 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Partially cloudy with a 16 kilometer an hour southerly breeze. Makes this a pretty interesting grouping. But of course, Craig, we've been saying Supermax. I think we've garnered enough spiel as it is these days, because of it. At least I think so.
Yeah, I mean, I've got more interest in what's happening in Eurovision and the Eurovision song from Finland. That's in my head, so I could use a Supermax to get that out of my head. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You haven't listened to it; it's really hilarious, by the way. It's called Windows 95 Kid. That's the name of the artist.
Windows 95 Kid.
Yeah. I think that's Windows 95. Yeah. When you get a chance, it is absolutely stupid, but it's stupid in Eurovision. So yeah, you listen to that.
It is the Euros, so yeah.
You listen to that. Oh, it's Windows 95 Man. You listen to that, it will be in your head for the whole day. So yeah, Supermax. Let's get some Supermaxes going.
Why does this sound like a Weird Al Yankovic? You remember when Weird Al Yankovic made a song about eBay as a parody to "I Want It That Way" by the Backstreet Boys?
I mean, what hasn't Will Al Yankovic parodied?
He's parodied everything. He went like a surgeon, Amish Paradise, all the kind of good songs of the era were really just. He was just like, I'll have some of that, and we'll have some of the. We will have.
We'll eat well. We'll eat some of this.
We'll eat well. No. Let me prep this one for you, right? Because it's we'll eat well, right?
Yeah.
So. Will eat well. Will indeed eat well. When he eats well. When he eats well.
No.
Yeah, you tried saying that 100 times.
You've gone too far.
I've gone too far. What do you mean I've gone too far?
You have. Short track to this week, ladies and gentlemen. If you know what Red Bull Ring is, it's still quite short in these cars, the HPDs. As you see with Kenneth Squeeny doing a 119.5 at the top. As we see some of the GT1s coming around. That is Will Eat Well just coming around that final corner. Going to be interesting with all the off-tracks around here because you know how we usually say, the off-tracks, no one's going to get a drive-through for off-tracks or a disqualification for off-track. Oh, right. No, you can in this track. Those final two corners, 9 and 10, Rinton, Red Bull Mobile. Yes, I know the names of the corners. Oh, wow. They're, with how, you'll see it right now with Will. It's almost phantom. You know where the limit is. It's over the white rumble strip, but because it's not 3D curves here, you can't feel it. So it's almost like a phantom off track, as I call it, in that respect, as he will come across and put a 124. Have you driven this track? Because
I have extensively actually. Yeah, this is probably one of my most notable tracks. It's the exit on the final turn is one of the worst. For the HVDs, it's going to be actually coming through the S's. You want to get as much speed coming off of them as you possibly can, so you're going to be cutting them basically to the wire, like Giuseppe Guarino is as of right now. And he'll come down, and then into second to last, you'll get a wide out, and then you'll try and avoid that runoff in through, avoid the sausage curve, and then you want to run out and then come tuck back in before that DRS line. Because what you do is you tend to get a nasty slowdown. If you go even further, even a little bit over, you get a nasty one. It's actually ridiculous how some of the track limits are on this track. Actually, like I genuinely have sadness every time I look at it because it's just like, oh yeah, here's another 1x for like going a millimeter wide, and then you suddenly get like. So then you got a penalty for cutting the course, and it's just your soul just crushes at that point.
You're saying millimeter. Remember, this is the 4-tire off-track rules on some of these corners. And one thing I looked at, it's the center of all 4 tires. Just like how iRacing with the old off-track system was the center of the car, it's still the center of the wheel because you can actually judge the programming can judge what the center is, as we see.
Oh, it does. It does.
Yeah, with all the drivers just finishing, there's drivers now driving around just doing some.
Well, that's a race result. Oops.
At the moment. Yeah, so there we go.
There we go. Right. Koberstein. We'll go into classes as they come along. So that's going to be Koberstein first, Cirquini in second. That is Bjorn Koch in third, Marquardt in fourth, the car number 4 in fourth, hey. And the car number 2 is in second, hey. We have parity here today. Lundy in third, Edgar in I just missed one. In fifth, and Edgar in sixth. Garino in seventh. Ryan Ware in eighth. Ninth is Skeleton the second. Oh no. The numbers are back. And oh good God. Remember when we were discussing last week or the other week before with the deliveries?
Yeah.
Porsche hybrid on a Honda HPD.
I see you, Tim Cleedwin.
Clark Yetter. I'm not even trying to pronounce that last name. In 11th with Brenda 13th in 12th. Mahirhan. Oh, Genie Mac in 13th. Seefeld in 14th. Micheletti in 15th. Then, once we go down for the GT1s, it is going to be... Oh, Genie Mac. The car number 1 of Gabriel in first position.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gabriel.
Bearswell is second in second place with Klinger in third, car number 1 in GT1 class today. Schmid in fourth with Will Eatwell in fifth. That is Young in sixth in the car number 5. Campbell in seventh. Humphrey in eighth. Stefan Hazley in ninth with Copeland in 10th. Then down in 11th is Kempfer, then Saul in 12th, and then finally running out the GT1s in 13th. No, it's just 2 cars actually of the same team. So obviously some teams racing out there today. We're going into we are missing a notable name. Where is
2 notable names?
Yeah, 2 notable names. Where's Christoph? First one, the literal man machine, and then where is Seth?
Wait, we're just going to ignore Gresham then, are we?
Oh well, obviously him.
We're going to know the man that actually wins in Mazdas in the real world, you know.
Okay, well, okay, that's 3 names. Okay,
names.
That's 3 names. Okay. But Seth is the one because doesn't he lead? Like
I haven't seen the championship standings at the moment. We don't do an unofficial broadcast.
No, we don't. No. But I mean, it's worth at least looking. Now there's 6 cars in GT2, simply because there's only 6 that qualify, but there's 8 in that class, and then we get 15 in GT1 and 17 in HPD. Very stacked field, as we will see.
Yeah, 3.5k strength of field in the HPD is 3.3.
He said he's not here because he doesn't own Orbior, so give them a break. That is top. That is top tier. But
what, you don't own Red Bull Ring?
Listen, Nick, my boy. Yes, we do miss you. If you wish to learn about Atvo is what we use to create these lovely displays of art, otherwise known as I cobble whatever I can together because I'm very utilitarian.
Hand built, just like some others in like other places like Podium and other. I think GSRC hand built as well. Yep. Everything all hand built.
And RaceSpot. Well, they don't hand build them, but they use Atvo as I think everybody does. Everybody does.
Apex doesn't. They've got their sponsorship of SDK, which is totally fine. That's totally fine. Come on with the BBC.
Other samples are available, but we use Atvo. Now, it's going to be a very short pace inroad. The pace car will come off in about 2 seconds' time, and then we will look towards Koberstein as they get in. There you go. Coming in now. That is the pace car coming in with Cirquini on the outside. That is Koberstein on the inside. Green flag racing from Koberstein as he cuts across already at the start-finish straight. Green flag for the HPDs. Green flag for everybody, actually, because if you look behind you, this is not the class I'm worried about. Well, actually, I should be worried about it because that is somebody coming on the inside. That is, I think, Carter Lundy coming on the inside. A little bit of a margy-bargy there, but this is the class I'm really worried about.
Oh yeah, the Rod and Simsport drivers all having a little bit of an argy-bargy straight away. and Burst Wheel's going to be held up by Rally and manages to hold on. Remember, if you go over those sausage curves, you will get a slowed down. GT2's coming up as well. They're going to have a little bit side by side, some battles in the background. All the HPDs got through the dreaded turn 3. Are the GT1's going to get through it? I think they will just do. I see a late lunge by somebody there as well. That looks to be Carl Young trying to get it on Will Eatwell.
Javier Mascara on the outside on Lars Moldenhauer coming into the third turn. You're not going to be able to do it there, unfortunately. It's a big kink and a rise up the hill coming into third turn. Then we're coming on into fourth. That's still the wrong livery. Javier! It hasn't been Husqvarna GT Challenge for an age now. It is the Proto-GT Thrustmaster Challenge. Get the name
Is he going to do this around the outside? No, Javier, you're not going to do this. Javier
Well,
tried to do that around the outside.
I think he is. He's a bit cheeky, isn't it?
A bit. Mind you talk about this isn't the Husqvarna Challenge anymore. We do have a Husqvarna driver out there today with Martin Schmidt currently in P4 in the GT1s. So we do have some representation from that brand on the
Schmidt.
Yeah, on the Thrustmaster Proto-GT Championship.
Get that Husqvarna name. I want Husqvarna. Is that how you say it? Husqvarna? If it's not, then I'm gonna be.
I don't know.
I'm going to be in the cooler for 8 weeks. You know.
We all are.
Coming
definitely
through though. He is charging up the hill in 4th position in a group of 5. That doesn't include Will Eatwell. It did include Will Eatwell, but Will Eatwell is not eating well. He's down in 8th position in the not eat well category. Stuck behind Bob Humphrey and Alec Campbell, who are trying to fight side by side. A little bit of a accident happened up ahead. That is Micheletti, unfortunately, all the way around, as was Samuel McEachern. There we go. I think I got it right that time. And Matthew Brown, the 13th, in some issues as well. Then back down. Genie Mac, it really is going nuts at the moment. That is Philip Bereswell, sorry, who actually I think just made the move into 1st position because
Argelli just had a mistake. He's gone 2 places down the order, and that was all just due to a lockup going into turn 4. And he locked up so much that he lost the lead to his teammate, and then he lost a run down as well. So he's going to have to work his way back here. The only good thing is, well, not a good thing, is it's kind of with that lockup and that mistake, it's brought Schmidt and it's brought Young into this little pack here. So a pack of 5 early on at Red Bull Ring. And we know, Rob, with 26 minutes left to go, this is quite a slipstream dependent track when it comes to racing.
Especially when you're coming out of turn 1. And you're going up this hill into turn 2, then you want to get either outside, and you want to bait them into turn 3, or do as the car number 11 is. That's the car number 11 of Gabriel. You want to bait them so that you kind of just do a slip up, switcheroo into the 3rd turn, and then try and complete it going into the 4th turn. Or if you can't make it happen in the 4th turn or 3rd turn, make it happen in the 4th. As Gabriel tried, but I think the threat of Martin Schmidt,
it was Martin a defensive move there.
Yeah. Martin, well, you know, offense is the best defense. You have to remember that, because if you attack, then nobody can attack you. You know.
What's this? The art of war? All of a sudden, you're reading the art of war.
Well, look, listen. I had a ponder about it when I was driving home today, right? And I was thinking to myself, you know, it really is sometimes like that, where you kind of have to attack. What does a leader do? Like, the leading car, they're not just going to sit there and just be like, they're going to attack the race course. They're going to get laps. They're going to get fast laps in. You know, they're gonna look behind them and say, I don't want Kenneth, robbing me of my slipstream. I want to go. I want to go get stuff done. Go fast. Do things. I
want to go fast.
Yeah. I want to be a boss, as the branding on Jonas Koberstein's car says. But if you have nothing to focus on, you're gonna lose lap time, because you're just gonna be there, kind of like, oh yeah, I'm just doing laps, blah blah blah. Part of having good race discipline is being able to say, okay, I want to attack this course, get good laps in. You're not gonna get qualifying laps in, because unless you're an
sorry, already had another lock up at turn 4. and he almost collected Martin Schmidt, but he gets by. But that's another position lost by Gabriel, and it actually means that Schmidt and Aredi are off the slipstream of the two Phillips at the front of the GT1 field. While this is actually happening, HPD's catching up to some of the GT2 runners, which is kind of not surprising, being the delta between them is anything from 9 to 11 seconds.
Yeah. Still up ahead, at the top of that field, is currently Javier Mosquera, who is chasing down Lars Moldenhauer. Lars proving a very, very able pilot of the race machine that is the Ford GT2. And Javier Mosquera, obviously, it is not just his car, it is our
What is his
car.
suit? What was his racing suit there for a moment? Javier,
Did he?
I know you like a bit of fun. What is your racing suit?
I have not. You think you know racing? Look who's back. Look who's back with his. And I'm gonna the Play Dude Duff. What else was on this car? Quickie Mar Alberto Mose. Just look. Just look at that.
Mind you, while we're seeing this, we've just missed some brilliant racing between the two Phillips and the GT1s. Klinger took the lead going into turn 3. Remus into turn 4. Burswell retook that position. It's almost like an F1 race with DRS there. No, I'm only joking. You wouldn't get DRS there because you'd lose your DRS because there's no DRS activation point before turn 3. Anyway, the two Phillips, they want to start pulling away, but Martin Schmidt has caught them again. So we've got this pile of 4 cars again. If they keep punching up, we'll call it 5 cars if Carl Young comes in. There they are on the wing camera. Is that the speakers at the back of that car?
There is a speaker hole. Yes, it looks like a speaker hole. I think part of the texture. Car number 1 closing in very hard on the back of Philip Bear as well. The car number 9 we're currently on board with. You'll charge up the front end of the field. And then probably want to start looking at defensive moves coming into turn 4. He goes very wide coming into 3. You want to hug the apex, get onto the kiss of the little sausage curb that sits on the inside curb, and then hook it around. He did get a very good launch. I'd say great launch off. That line paid dividends now, to be fair.
So tough in these cars, though.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Full stop with launching.
Whoa!
It is easy there, Philip. Philip on Philip violence. We don't want to see that.
Philip on Philip. What? The war of the Phillips. Yes.
The chances of anything coming from Philip with 1p are 1,000,000 to none because they both got 2p. Sorry. When have you seen that? You know. Well, mind you, that's probably an English thing. You don't see Philip with 1p in England.
That is a very British thing. Yes.
Yeah, it's quite. Quite. Yes, quite.
By the way, as we're looking at that is Carter Lundy running past Dennis Marquardt, who had some very choice words by flashing the bejesus end of his lights coming out of 3 into 4. And that is obviously, when he saw the sign, "Make your day a happy day," his day wasn't very happy when he was flashing those lights coming into 4.
Oh, we've had a crash in the GT2s in front of the Oh no! Schmidt just got some damage. Schmidt just got some damage from that. That could affect him. And these 3 drivers are having a little bit of an budget right now. They're going to go 3 wide.
Oh! Yeah.
No, they're not.
Yeah, that was Schmidt there. Getting a absolute clangering. And I think he is under trouble now as of right now. That is in second. That is Philip and Gabriel fighting side by side with each other. That is Philip on the inside. Oh, jeepers creepers. That was quite close for comfort.
I think that was one of those, he went for the defensive move, but didn't expect Philip to also make a move at the same time. That wasn't anything malicious.
Oh, no. It probably was just... It was very close, though, I will say that.
It was very close. I thought that was going to be a collection there for a moment, but... Gee, I need to check the car. I'm sure I saw Schmidt hit one of those GT2s that spun, but thankfully he's got away with that with no damage. So that's a relief for him, and in fact, he is actually...
Well, you say there's been no damage. That is Josh Skeleton in the HPDs. A massive accident in the midfield with, I think that was Giuseppe Guarino involved there. Yes, it was.
Switch back. Oh.
On the sausage curbs, and the car number 12 don't go hand in hand. Side-by-side action causing a little bit of compression. And Skeleton again off into the gravel trap as Mordat slowing down, having to avoid it, losing another place.
Is that damaged then? Or is it just a case of the tires are a little bit overheated there for Skeleton? Have a quick look to see what's happened to Skeleton's car, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. No meatball flag. So I think he's all right. I think it must have just been a bit of a tire issue there. As 4 become 5, and the peloton continues on with 19 minutes to go.
Carl Young joining the back end.
Oh, hello.
That's car number 5. Philip. That's not a race. That's not the rally line. That's the rally line, not the racing line, correction. And he's lost. What happened to him?
I think he did what already did. I'm going to get so hit by Gabriel. I apologize. I think that's what happened there. Car just said no.
No, I think he missed his braking mark because he caught right back up and then kind of just that kind of thing where
overspeed.
Yeah, and a little bit of the brain fart where it's just like brain go burr, but nothing's computing at the moment. Please leave a message.
Slow down for Bearswell. Slow down for Bearswell. He loses the lead in GT1.
It's to his teammate, though, so it's not too bad. But, I mean, it is going to be very bad.
It is, because, look, Schmidt and Young are right back on them.
Very true indeed. Schmidt closing in. He'll probably want to make a move on the... Yes, he wants to make a move. Around the outside, coming into turn 3. If he... Oh, a little bit of argy-bargy on his side-by-side action. That's a car number 9. Still holding on. The sausage curb playing nicely there. He'll still have the outside lines. Do a switchback. Holding underneath. Obviously not very happy. I'm going for first, he says.
Here he goes. He's going to get this done around the outside. He's outbroken Bearswell there, but this is going to be so tough. He actually overshoots and can't turn the car in early enough with the speed. It allows Bearswell to cut off that apex exit there. So what could have been a really good move there for Schmidt, he couldn't get that car turned in after slowing down. So he could not block that line off there, and he allowed Bearswell to take that on. But these two fighting allowed Gabriel to just go sayonara, or whatever they say.
I really do need like I need to spend some time on it, but like get a cutout of like, that I'm going for first clip, and then just have it every time somebody obviously flashes because of an incident on track. It's like, I'm going for first, he said.
I really should get that as a soundboard, just like I've got the Tarquini on a soundboard, because I see Sequini all the time.
Let me hang on a minute.
Do you want me to play the soundboard?
Oh no. Here we go. Hang on a minute. Hang on, where is it? There it is. Hang on.
If this is Rob doing some soundboard work.
Yes, it is.
Race.
Murray obviously saying, I'm going for first.
He's going to get that clip for a soundboard, folks. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yes, I am. Coming into turn 4 again. Into 5. You need to switch it around. That is going to be Javier Mascara. No, it's not. Why is that car looking like Javier's car? Let's have a look back. Oh, I see.
It is Javier Mascara. Right,
no, it is not Javier Mascara. That is a very dead Cody Ryan there. A little bit of an accident there coming through, and a little bit of lapse of communication, and unfortunately, a bit of a clamber between himself and another car. That's going to be Philip Bearswell on the inside. Martin Schmidt on the outside. Very sideways.
They went side by side through turn 9. And how they didn't come together, I don't know. I've not seen it. They're still side by side. No. But Schmidt gets the over-under. This could be the overtake here. Just a little bit of a 5-0 grind there on the sausage curb. I think he may get this. This was some close racing. HPD starting to hit the GT1 traffic, but eyes on this battle. Can he serve the switchback? I think that's a double move there from Philip. But now Smith's going to try and do this. They fight together and they lock up. And Carl Young is now sitting here like, come on. And will eat well. I think he's about to start eating.
Up at the 4th. Up at the 5th. 230 kilometers an hour. 7,000 RPM. Coming down into turn 4. Right-hander. He'll have the car ahead of him to challenge all the way through. Side by side. just by the whiskers, and that's a GT2 traffic, has to hold back. Martin Schmidt and Philip Burrswell fighting for every inch on this track, not letting each other get out of each other's hair, swiping out right into the turn 9, past turn 8. Doesn't have anything for him this time around. Hold the inside line, then sweep out wide. Don't go too far. Sweep in, touch, get outside, tuck in before the DRS line, then go for it again.
And importantly, Young, Eatwell did not get good runs there. I was thinking one mistake there from Schmidt or Birdswell, they're going to be swallowed up by the guy behind. Did not happen. While this has been happening, by the way, HPDs going through the GT1 traffic. In fact, the leaders are up to P10 of the HPDs, which is Kevin Copeland, which is 14 seconds behind these leaders. 13 minutes left. They're lapping 5 seconds faster than these GT1s. We're going to get them at the front of this field in about 3 laps. My maths is really bad. It is 3 laps, though.
Oh, yeah, by the way, this track is outdated now because AlphaTauri doesn't exist.
Oh, well, the manufacturers, they're a clothing company.
Yeah, okay, the clothing's still there, but I mean...
Rob, this track's been out of date for 2 years because they got the MotoGP chicanes on the
I know, but it's me being facetious.
Yeah, I know.
That is a rejoin. But coming through, this is on board with Sarquini, looking at Jonas Koberstein, who is coming through turn 6, 7, into 8. Sweep out wide. Sarquini has the better line. Koberstein holding formation on the outside. Oh, a little bit wide there, but another lap to go before they can make a move. Still come up on lap traffic. That is the flashing lights of Bjorn Koch as he tries to get around the car number 20, which is Guillaume Kempfer. No, it's not Guillaume Kempfer. Why is this car saying car number 20? Well, this is the car number 20. Unless I read it wrong. Sorry, it's the car 26 of Bob Humphrey. I must have not seen the 6.
Do you want my glasses?
I probably do need a pair of glasses.
Yeah, okay. They are for distance, not for reading, by the way. That is a number 26 there. That's a 6, Rob, not a 0. You've not missed anything with these guys. Mind you, Gabriel has now decided to just... Yes, he was only a tenth faster last lap, but if these two keep fighting, they're not going to catch up to Gabriel. It could just be his race to lose, while these four decide they're going to battle it out. There's Gabriel. 1, 2. There's the rest of them. That just shows how close they are. But again, Schmidt close up to Birdswell. What is he going to do this time by as they come out of 8? Keep your eyes. A really good run here once again for Schmidt. They'll come over the little crest. Down they go into the hill. He's holding back. He's holding back, and he can just hold back a little bit. That may be an off track there, but he may be fine. This is the run. This is the run. I think he just set himself up for it. Can he make a move here? No, he's losing out. I think there's a little bit more wing on that car for Schmidt.
Schmidt will have to make his car go every horsepower and then some into 4th gear for Birdswell. 210 up into 5th, 230, 240 up the hill, turning left slightly, then brake into the right-hander, keep it wide, then touch the inside, coming right up is car number 10, wanting to muse every inch of track and then some.
Traffic.
Look
at it, Rob. 2 Fords not battling each other. They'll get past 1, they'll get past 2, but this is going to hold up. Young Eatwell's going to be stuck here. How desperate are they going to be? Well, you see, Young is very desperate. He gets between one of them, as does Eatwell. Eatwell's going to try and make that move, but he cannot. And he's just going to have to hold on. That could have been messy there, but it still allows Smith to get really on the back of Birdswell.
Car number 5, trying to catch back up to Martin Schmidt. And there's a bit of a gap forming now, and Will Eatwell probably wants to eat his Weetabix because he's been eating well since his mistake, at least earlier on in the race. He is catching back up, as is Kenneth Sarquini, who is in this melee now as well, just catching up to the guys in the lead of the GT2s as they make their way through a little bit of argy-bargy. That is a car. Bjorn Koch. Accident in the background. That was a unfortunate accident and missend of crossed wires, and Cock sent it into the back of a poor GT2.
Wasn't Cock? No, it was Lundy. It was Lundy. And a lot of that is due to, what do we say when it comes to multi-class? Rob B, predictable. He had no idea the Ford was holding the outside line there.
Well, the Ford should hold the outside line.
It's not on the corner exit like that at that speed. Absolutely unpredictable. GT2. Mosquera's trying to get a move around the outside. This is insane. Mosquera trying to get the move around the outside of turn 6. Is he going to do what somebody in the GT1s did earlier? Can he hold it around the outside of turn 8? No! But he holds level! And Javier Mosquera with Moldenhelder, they're going to go side by side into the final 2 corners. This is going to be nip and tuck. Mosquera to the inside. Mosquera can't get the job done. Still side by side. Breaking for the final corner. He takes such a shallow line. Moldenhelder holds the lead from the outside of Red Bull Mobile.
This
is wow from Mosquera.
Very good work by Moldenhauer. Mosquera will have to try again, but their battling does bring this man in. Marcio Antonio Lopez Salgado in 3rd position will now have a chance to crack at the heels of Javier Mosquera and Moldenhauer, who are going to try and battle again. I do see the cars forming up for another tussle.
Queenie's in the pits. So Queenie's in the pits.
Yeah, and he's towed.
He got tapped. He tried to defend. No, he tried to go around the outside.
Oh, there.
Oh,
and
yes.
Yeah.
Straight into the wall.
I think he said enough was enough at that point, and unfortunately said towing was the more natural option. I think his front end was probably damaged too far beyond the point to keep it going straight.
Oh, touch in the GT1s! And Smith tried to follow the hole that Koberstein made for him. It did not work. Cox's going to try and hold this up, sends it in, and this could be it's almost touch. Here comes Willie. Well, Rob, he's going to steal a position here. Can he steal 2? No! 7 minutes to go. This is madness.
GT1 having to hold on formation. That is a ton of traffic as of right now. That is HGD traffic. Yeah, plenty of GT1s getting done.
Schmidt got a black flag.
Schmidt has a black flag.
Schmidt had a black flag.
Where? Oh, crikey! Has he got a stop and hold?
I don't. I'm just looking. I'm just double checking this. He was incident points. Oh. Incident points for Schmidt. We said it could happen. Now remember, he got a 4x on that crash with the GT2s he was trying to avoid at the start of the race.
That could have been it. Especially with the amount of tapping he and
he said on the radio, thanks to the 8x. So obviously
8x?
There's a little bit of argy-bargy happening in that field. And what was a really great battle there, unfortunately, has just fallen out there for Schmidt. Mosquera's still battling, though.
I think he's screaming, though, in his Lada Ford. That did not exist. But obviously, when you're in this cockpit, I'll put one camera on, right? You see this camera. You see your guy that you're fighting ahead of you. You just have to, hope and pray that nobody else gets in your way. But you have 2 faster classes that can outpace you on the straights, but they can also out-turn you in the turns. Look. Pass. And, you're just hoping and praying they don't run into you.
I think Mosquera's taking that final corner wrong. At least because it looks like he's not gaining the speed. He's hitting so much of the curb. With the way this Ford works, you remember, you know how the way this Ford works, Rob, how bouncy it is on suspension. I reckon it's just causing him not to get on the throttle early enough. Because when he's here through 2 and 3, he's fine. But he just can't get anything going. Will Eatwell's going to be held up here. Almost going to be issues there with Moldenhauer and Birdswell, and Mosquera goes wide. This is going to be interesting. All 3 classes at one time. Oh my! And that is Ryan Ware going through. Is there a hole for Mosquera to go into? But you can't break that late and dive it in for the GT2s, unfortunately.
Well, I would say I hate how this Ford works. That's how I know how it works. But yeah, the Ford is probably one of the most death cars of the service. It barely likes having four wheels on in the first place, and then when you try and turn it or accelerate it under any which way, it just decides it doesn't like you anymore. And then it really hates you when you shift gears and go fast. That is a Javier Mosquera.
He's trying the over-under.
Yeah, trying. That is very wide, coming through 9 into 10.
No.
He is much closer this time around, though.
He's not going to make it here. If he's going to make a move, it will have to be into turn 3, which is going to be a little bit of a time. Because also you've got this HPD behind who's just going to try and... Oh, you see, he half guessed it. He half guessed it. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Tim. You have to go for that move. You half went for that move. That is a rookie multi-class mistake there. You cannot half the move. It's the moment you half that move, and Rob will tell you as well, you half make that move, spotter's calling car right. And Javier, as the slower class, will put his car in a safe position, and you're not going for it, and he's just taking a corner wide that he doesn't need to. That has cost him. Or
you can do what I do and run into Tiki Neem when he's in multi-class and you're an Audi R18, plucky Audi R18 in the wrong split, and you come up on his inside in the most wrong place ever.
I mean, if you saw what happened in the Asian Le Mans series, Tim just lost control of the car. He's out on the graph. If you saw what happened in the Asian Le Mans series today, there has been some questionable incident, Tim. Oh, by the way, Tim accidentally got tangled up with Carl Young. So
Cal Young, sorry.
Yeah,
I made the same mistake. Don't worry. I made the exact same mistake. I keep thinking there's an R in there somewhere.
Well, we still got battles on battles as well, because with a few laps left to go, Dennis Marquette, Jorn Koch having a battle, and actually we'll put Koberstein in there as well, despite he's a second and a half ahead. They're all bunched up here, the top three fighting with 2.5 minutes to go, which my math says there's going to be 2 laps to go when they come by it next time, Rob.
Should be given the current pace, because they'll be about 50 seconds when they cross the line next time.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, it's a 120-minute lap. They're here. There's 2:10 left. There's definitely 2 laps to go. Yeah. They're not going to take 50 seconds to get round here. So these 3, and there's going to be no traffic. It is just straight out pace for these 3 now. No traffic for them to contend with.
Can confirm, by the way, that was a drive-through penalty for Martin Schmidt. So he is back out there, but he is in 8th position versus where he would like to be at the top, fighting in 3rd. Crossing the line, 1 minute 44. Yeah, plenty of time for 2 more laps. This is the penultimate lap as of right now. And they cross the line as follows. Top 3 in HPDs are going to be Jonas Koberstein, Jorn Koch, and Dennis Marquardt. And GT1 is going to be Gabriel, Philip, and Willie. Well, and then in the GT2 is going to be Lars Moldenhauer, Javier Mosquera, and Marco Antonio Lopez Salgado, the second.
The second.
Yes, the second.
Yeah, we haven't talked about him already. Well, we've seen him a couple of times. We haven't talked about him already.
We did talk about it. We said he'd have a crack at it, but the traffic kind of said no to that one. So, but I mean, it's still coming home in 3rd. It's not too bad.
Nothing to shake your fist at, really. A really nice P3 if he just holds on to it. Could be more. Top 3 in the HPD. Sorry, almost made that mistake. Battling on, and I don't think we're going to see a change unless one of these drivers makes a mistake. It is just cool, calm, and collected from Jobers Koberstein in the 16 car. I'm not entirely sure what that livery is. I think it's a team livery of some sort. Mountain Dew on it. He is doing it today.
Give me a do.
Yeah, give me a do. I'll give you a clue. Who is winning this race? Well, it's the number 16 of Jobers Koberstein as the white flag waves from Barney. If Barney was... Where
no, you saw Barney. He was just in the corner there.
Oh, okay, I didn't see Barney. Oh, I tell you what, though, that's not a good braking. Look how much speed Koch takes off the court going into turn 1 compared to Marquette. And it actually holds Marquette up just a little bit. And I'll tell you who else has been held up, because all of a sudden... Why is Bearsville right on the back of Gabriel O'Reilly in the GT1s?
And I'll tell you why, because of traffic. That was 0.6 of a second that Gabriel lost on that last lap. and has caught up. So the top 3 of the top 2 classes have all just come back together, and it will be a final lap do or die. Mjolnir exiting out of 4 into 5, then into 6. Sweeping left-hander. Does he have anything for Koberstein, or does Koberstein have it all wrapped up? Koch left into 7, right into 8. Unfortunately, I don't think. Yeah, a little bit wide. I think has unfortunately sealed the deal for him. Jonas Koberstein will come round, just 2 more corners to go. Into 9, then into 10, with an absolutely commanding lead of all proceedings today. Come across the line, wins the Red Bull Ring shootout, with Bjornkon coming home in second, Dennis Marquardt in third. Then into GT1s. Unfortunately, Philip couldn't convert his pushing.
He couldn't, but I'll tell you what, he's under pressure from Will Eatwell here, and he just needs a couple good laps. A little bit of hesitation there for Philip, may hold him off in this final corner. Great run from Will, but there's no speed to make that move into the penultimate corner. He's going to have to try and straddle. It's going to be a drag race. He's too far behind. Gabriel's going to win this race. Philip, his teammate's going to take P2. That's Philip Bearswell. Will Eatwell will come home in third. What a race. And we've got more drama because the GT2s, they're coming around the final 2 corners. Moldenhauer has a 3/10 lead. He's going to have to hold this. We know Mascara's weak on the final corner. That's not a dig at you, Javier. And he just doesn't have the power. Loses 2/10 in the penultimate corner. Moldenhauer is going to take this. That's a nice race in the GT2s, with Mascara coming home in second, and Marco Antonio Lopez Saldago, the second, will come home in third. Some cracking racing.
It was indeed. Very well done by everybody out there today. That was a good race, a good watch. Indeed it was. And hopefully very entertaining for everybody at the homestead. Hopefully, at least. But the results as they came across the line are as follows. We are looking at a win for Koberstein. Second place for Koch. Marquardt in third. Edgar in fourth. Ryan Ware in fifth. Good race from him, actually. He did well. Garino in sixth. Then in seventh is going to be Klockgeter. Eighth is going to be Yagundo. Ninth is Moorhart. 10th is Skelton. A few issues for him there. Kluwen in 11th. Micheletti in 12th. Seefeld in 13th. McEachern in 14th, and 15th was Brown. Then we get into the GT1s. Erdely. I'm just going to call him Gabriel. You know,
I keep thinking Erdely, but then I'm like, that's like the old.
That just sounds like it just sounds like saying Yolehi. Bearswell second in second place. Will Eatwell did actually. He only came home in third. Cal Young in fourth. Klinger in fifth. Beck in sixth. And seventh is going to be Schmidt. Unfortunately, not drive-through due to the incident limit being reached for a drive-through penalty. Cost him a great race. Campbell in eighth. Copeland in ninth. With Humphrey in 10th and Kempfer in 11th. 12th is going to be Sol. 13th, Rankin. 14th is Reeve, and 15th is Stefan Hazley. Looking into the GT2's Moldenhauer. We've seen the good race between him and Mascara. Mascara still chasing down a upset in terms of getting a win from the big names out there, but he'll get there. He'll get there. Salgado in second, or not in second, but the second in third, with the Quickie Mart Duff, Mr. Plow, Play Dude, Moe's sponsored the car. Dubois in fourth. Swenson, the M, in fifth position, with Ryan in sixth. Seventh will be Zachary Cody, and eighth will be Adrian Warr. Then we get into those that had issues throughout the day. That is Sequini in 16th for the HPDs, and Lundy in 17th for the HPDs. And then 14 laps down, obviously, was War, and Cody was 9 laps down. All of the drivers at least making it across the line for us, really. For us to watch. And that was a cracking race. What would your thoughts be on that race, Craig?
Don't care. Only care about next week.
That
was brilliant. What? That was brilliant, though, because we know Red Bull Ring is a light track on iRacing on the sim because it is a slipstreaming track. And you know that if you have to make a move, you've got to commit to a move, because the more you fight, the more you lose the slipstream. You saw that in the GT1s, and it was fantastic to just see that in action tonight. Daytona was kind of similar, Rob, but this had a more natural feel to the slipstream, if you know what I mean.
Oh, absolutely.
Drivers were just making a bit more smarter plays, and the multi-class chaos. It's the multi-class chaos. Look at the professionals in America, in the Asian Le Mans series today. It happened. So
it does.
It's a great racing. But as I was saying, next week, tell everybody, because we're not just going to the Circuit de la Sarthe. We're taking away the Daytona chicane and the Microsoft chicane, or is that what they call the second one?
No, they
now?
call. I thought they called the first one PlayStation.
No, the first one's now Daytona, because the bus stop at Daytona is now called Le Mans as part of the agreement. The second one, I keep forgetting the name. Someone's got to correct me. We're getting rid of those chicanes next week. We're making it an endurance race. 15 laps of the Circuit de la Sarthe historic layout. That these cars wouldn't have been on the historic layout. Which, guys, why are we doing this?
Speed.
I tell you what, you're gonna see some Fords go past GT1s next week if you're not too careful.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna see GT1s max with the HPDs. It's gonna be chaos down the Urideras. It's gonna be chaos down the Mulsanne Straight if you're English. I'm looking forward to that, Rob. I am hyping it up because I know there's people watching this. I know there's people going to be watching this afterwards thinking, I wish I could do this race. When's that broadcast race, Rob?
That broadcast will be next week, February the 18th.
A Sunday.
Next Sunday. For your local time, see the local time that this one started and convert that for next week. Just add 7 more days. But we will be there to actually grab a cold one with every single one of you for that one, because I'm absolutely excited for that one myself. Oh, but until then, I have been Robert O'Brien.
And I have been Craig King.
And this has been Raidillon TV, the only corner that you guys need. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching.